Removable, so you can decide to remove everything. These past weeks have been very busy completing the new Alice workshop, which has just opened its doors last weekend with a running white rabbit and a card gardener. And if you join it before August 14, you can take advantage of the launching offer with 30% off. Welcome back in Wonderland workshop. In this workshop, we are going to create a nice card gardener, all inspired, of course, by Alice in Wonderland. Now, in these first days of August, the town has really fallen into a summer slumber. Shops are almost all closed for several weeks to enjoy some rest. The heat is back. Most people are gone in vacation and the city is almost empty and time is seriously slowing down. I continue to work on improving the balcony. Several little pots have been added. And I also cut some vine in a place near my home, put them into glasses of water, and they have some baby roots which are starting. So it's very promising and I plan to plant them very soon and to see what they could do and to add on the balcony. And I'm going to try to do more experiments with plants like that I can find in nature around me. After these past busy weeks, I take the time to take care of the kingdom. There is a mountain of linen which was desperately waiting to be ironed and put away. So here are a few things I found at the Brocante this morning. I filmed at the Brocante actually, but I deleted all my footages by mistake. So I can't show you how it was, but there were only 5 sellers. It was a really small one. But you can always find something even when there is only 5 sellers. And I found many things related to correspondence and writing and ink and quill and nib. First this one, this little box, which is in wood. I don't know if it's very old or not, but it was really pretty. I don't know if it's the right, no, maybe it's like this. This one too, I think it's quite nice to have something with some sides, and it is some sort of marquetry here. There are pieces of wood of different color which are included there, so it's more delicate than it would look like at first sight. So I thought it would be convenient. So all of these things were a few euros, €1 or €2 each. And this one, I was looking for something for my correspondence, so the envelopes and the letters when I received them and I didn't reply to them yet. I wanted to have something nice. I found this beautiful one, which is all removable, so you can decide to remove everything if you don't need everything. And it has a beautiful decor here. So the seller told me was probably from the 20s, early 20s. The details here, there was a detail here, floral here, and also over here. And I found a tiny little book compared to my hand. It's a book of songs, an anthology collection of songs for wedding songs and chansons pour noces, wedding songs. All sorts of fun text. There was one which was about a cat. I tried to find it. And this little book, by the way, was €5 only. So, of course, I took it. And I like sometimes you have fun surprises. The Good Old Man, for example, here. True philosophy, first love. The cottage and the castle. And I found this big, well, pretty large landscape. It's not a masterpiece, of course. I think it was €20, this one. And for the kitchen, I wanted to have a few more landscapes. I think they open the walls really well, and I don't have a lot of, I only have one window in the kitchen, and yes, they help a lot, I think, to animate the walls. Of course, it's an oil. There is a signature at the bottom, but yes, it's not a very famous artist, of course. In July, my Parisian friend came to visit and we did 2 nice local escapades together. We first went to Montbrison, which is a rather small town at 40 minutes away by train from my town, St Etienne. And it's a town with a lot of Renaissance buildings. And we were very lucky because at the beginning of our visit of the town, there was an organist who was rehearsing when we entered into La Collégiale, beautiful church in this town, and it was pretty magical. I could have stayed listening to this musician the entire afternoon, but we had to continue our visit and we went to a museum which is all dedicated to curiosity cabinets. And my friend Gaëlle, who is a specialist of curiosity cabinets, has filmed a video here and she's going to have it on her channel in a little while, probably at the end of the summer, so I don't want to spoil all her video, but I just wanted to show you a few things in this museum. They have one of the mum from the crypt of Saint-Bonnet-le-Château. I did a video at Saint-Bonnet-le-Château 2 years ago, and it's a small town which is very famous for her mums because a group of people had been violently killed there in the 17th century, and their bodies didn't exactly alter the same way bodies usually do. And one of these person is now at the museum, and you can see it from very close. At Saint-Bonnet-le-Château you are very far from them, you can't see them from very close. Here you can, and it's a bit disturbing, I would say, very impressive and definitely haunting. But yes, I had forgotten it was there, and it was pretty special to see him. The next day we went to my favorite town, maybe my favorite town in France, but for sure the town I prefer in the southeast. It is Le Puy-en-Velay. I plan to go back there this fall and winter because the trip to go there in train is one also of my all-time favorite train trip. It's only 1 hour and 20 minutes, but it's absolutely magical because you are only surrounded by hills and rivers and nature, and I would like to see it with autumn colors and with snow. I showed it a few times in the past years in my channel, but I didn't go back there since 2019, so I've not been there for many years, and it is a beautiful, spectacular town full of surprises, full of little mountains, little rocks. I don't like flat towns in general, I don't like flat landscapes, and this one is definitely not flat. There is a large Renaissance old town too. And there is the statue of Le Marquis de Lafayette because he had his castle not very far from Le Puy-en-Velay, and he was simply born in this department in La Haute-Loire. And I've never seen his castle, but I plan to go there at some point, though in public transport I think it's not super easy, but I definitely want to see his chateau. And if you are familiar with George Sand, she wrote a very beautiful novel which partly takes place at Le Puy-en-Velay, and the title is Le Marquis de Villemer. I read it many years ago, and I remember it as a very pleasant reading, and it's very nice to read it when you have been to the town because her characters describes many buildings from the town. Tu vois que grâce à l'envie que le bon Perrac a de me montrer les merveilles du Velay, grâce aussi à ma capeline impénétrable, j'ai pu me risquer dans la ville et dans les faubourgs. La ville est partout pittoresque. C'est encore une ville du Moyen-Âge, toute semée d'églises et de couvents. La cathédrale est flanquée d'un monde de constructions antiques où, sous des arcades mystérieuses et dans des plis du rocher qui les portent, on voit des cloîtres, des jardins, des escaliers, des ombres muettes qui passent sous le voile et sous la soutane. De la cathédrale, on descend pendant 1 heure pour gagner le faubourg d'Aiguille, où se dresse un autre monument à la fois naturel et historique, qui est bien la plus étrange chose du monde. C'est un pain de sucre volcanique de 300 pieds de haut, où l'on monte par un escalier tournant jusqu'à une chapelle byzantine, nécessairement toute petite, mais charmante, et bâtie, dit-on, sur l'emplacement et avec les débris d'un temple de Diane. So those are the books I want to take care of. So these 2 ones, so they are part of my complete works of Jean-Jacques Rousseau I did last year with you. You have seen it in a video, and I will put it under this one so that you can see. I took care of this one last year, only one of the 6 volumes, and I think it was pretty nice. I re-added already my leather balm this year, so it's extra shiny and nourished. And now I'm going to take care of all the other ones. So these 2 ones had a bit of problem. I think I re-glued them. I'm not really sure what I did in the past, many years ago, but I'm going to just make sure that this part is a little safer. And this one were really falling apart, so they need something. Fortunately, I still had the spine, and I'm going to really re-secure all that from every angle. And yes, try to make this as invisible as I can. I have also this part here, so yes, those I just thought this year I'm taking care of those because they're going to fall apart even more and I'm going to lose them this thing at some point, so I just thought it's an emergency. And these 2 ones were part of the books from my grandfather, which belonged to my grandfather, about the French Revolution. They are in plastic, I think, I'm not really sure, but I'm also going to do just something here to re-secure this, to reattach it to the cover properly, and painting, trying to make it as invisible, but I will not have my leather balm, of course, for this because it's plastic. So, and here I show you one I just recently, I broke it once I finished to read it. I try to be extremely careful with all my books, but sometimes when the spine here is a bit fragile, well, you can't really avoid it. It's just after opening and closing it, it happens sometimes. So I managed to do that. I hide the title because we are going to explore these wonderful memoirs to start the dark Halloween season. It's one of 6 volumes, and it's it's the most captivating reading I had for a long time, and it's going to interest people who like darker things. Not everybody, but those who like darker theme, you will love those. And here you can also see the little thing I did here. But really, when it's on the shelf, it's almost not visible if you don't know it. It's just, well, a little something, but pretty discreet, I think. So I showed you this book, which I'm so excited to share in the upcoming weeks, probably just before the Halloween season starts. It's a 6-volume book, but it has been republished and also translated in reprint, so you will be able to find it for those who like a little darker things and at least would be interesting in these really non-usual characters and families. It's the memoirs of a family, a very special family. And what was interesting with this series of books, when I said around me what I was reading, there were 2 very strong reactions which were very interesting and quite fascinating. One reaction was absolute disgust, like really, oh no, that's terrible, you're not reading that, that's awful. And the other reaction was, oh, that's so interesting, that must be so interesting, captivating, you need to do a video about it. Wow, that's really unusual. So there were at least 2 reactions, a very strong repelled one, another one really attracted. I think with this, yes, with this sort of memoirs, you can't be in the middle, whether you are fully interested or you are you have more rejection for these characters. You'll see, it's really interesting. It's not witches, by the way. Interestingly enough, when you talk about witches today, everybody has a pretty nice opinion about witches. The witches of the 16th, 17th century, it's just admitted they were misunderstood characters. It was not the case for other part of the society. And you will see, I don't tell you more, but the reaction people would have had in the 16th, 17th, 18th century are exactly the same one that people would have today. And I tested it, asking my question and seeing how people were thinking I was a little perverse to read these sort of memoirs. You'll see very soon. I'm also about to start a big cleaning and organization of the studio, but before that I wanted to take care of some leather books in this room. I will take care of the leather books and the books in the living room a little later. Several ones needed special care. Now taking care of them is so satisfying. I did a video last year showing you exactly all the steps I do to restore my old books. The difference now is I don't use wax any longer. I only use this leather balm, which I found more pleasant to use, more nourishing for the leather, just better I think in general, and it smells better, and I can tell the books prefer it too. And here are the final result for the two volumes which were really broken, as you have seen. So now you can open them, close them, and well, it's almost invisible, not completely of course. Here we can see it maybe a little more. And I apply, yes, the leather balm too at the end. The first time I only applied wax, and yes, leather balm is definitely much better, and if you really do that quite a bit, it can make them super shiny. So it makes really a big difference. And in plastic, of course, for the plastic covers I didn't add my balm, I just add some paper and paint, but just the same. You can't see it very much, a tiny bit, but they are also very strong now. Yes, I'm happy, because I would have been sad that if they had continued to break. That's the problem when they are already a little broken. If you manipulate them a tiny bit, they will be even more broken as time goes by. So it's good to try to do something to make them continue their life as old books, even if it's not a classic restoration that some professional book restorers would do. And for the rest, I continue just to add my balm, and I sometimes let it dry. It depends the covers. Sometimes it absorbs the balm faster than others, depending on the sort of leather which was used. but I'll try to let it rest at least half an hour on them, sometimes more. The more the better, I would say, to make them super shiny. And then I will do that, continue to do that on all my leather covers in the studio. I don't do all my books, it would be way too long, but at least those in the studio. All the books seem very happy of this demonstration of love. I can tell they are all shiny and very pleasant to look at on the shelf. So you can join the Back to Wonderland workshop till August 25 as for the first Alice in Wonderland workshop 2, which is also open till August 25, but there is a launching offer which will end on August 14. So if you are interested to create a running White Rabbit with his flying jacket, his umbrella, his watch, and standing and running on one foot, and also a card gardener who is about to paint some rose trees, well, you can join this workshop. You have all the details clicking on the link under this video, and then you get access to step-by-step videos, to optional weekly video group call if you are interested to join, and also some printable documents, and you can ask me your questions under each video at any moment. Of course, once enrolled, you keep access to the content, but enrollments will close at the end of August, and the launching offer is going to end very soon. So I will come back very soon with other videos. I was not very present in July, of course. I was really busy working on the workshop. I had a bit of visit too from France, but I would say it was mainly the workshop which kept me really busy. But now I'm in a transition time. I'm finishing to clean and reorganize completely the studio. You're going to see that too, because I should have done that that spring and I didn't have the time. So I'm eventually doing it now, really cleaning every drawer, everything, and probably reorganizing a few pieces of furniture too. I hope it's not too hot where you are. We are in the big heat wave right now. Hopefully it should end by the middle of next week. I really hope so. For now it's good because it's August, so even if it's very intense, days are already much shorter than in June, so it's less intense and I can feel it in the apartment, though it's really hot. And I will need to find my fan, which I don't even know where it is right now, but the fan is going to be necessary for the upcoming days, so hopefully it's not the case where you are enjoying this summer. Let me know what you are doing in August. Are you traveling? Are you going on holidays? Are you cleaning or reorganizing your home? I know some people are already waiting for autumn. I want to make the most of each season, even if I prefer winter, but there are a lot of good sides in summer. I want to enjoy them more, being a little more in nature, outside, and slowing down a bit and following the rhythm of the season. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you very soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss all the nice videos coming. And we are also doing this time a big white rabbit. This time he is dressed. It's a different one than the one from the first Alice in Wonderland workshop. This time he has a big costume. We are using different papers. You are going to see all that. It's going to take you much longer, but it's totally possible. I decided to have the stripes because the And now we are going to paint our card. So we don't have a very sophisticated costume